So we are on. We are live now. Hi Pallavi, you can start.
Hi. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Blue Palette Art Studio. Now today we have come up again with another session of Varli Art Part 2. Last time we had started with Varli Art, and in case if you have missed it by any chance, you can go back to YouTube channel. We have a channel by the name of Blue Palette Art Studio, and on that you can just start up with those initial lessons that is about human figures. So today we are going to start with Varli Art Part 2. That is, we are going to take trees and plants. Okay. Now, as we know, it's a tribal art, and the way they look at things, or they look at human figures and trees, the drawings that they make as per that won't be exact replica of how the tree or plant looks like, but it is a depicting picture which shows that okay, this is a particular type of tree. Let us begin with a big tree, and then we can go to plants. The first tree that I'm going to show you here is a coconut tree. Base, the ground is the base. We draw a huge trunk. There are branches coming out of the top of the trunk. And the small blades, leaf blades, which we see on a coconut tree are drawn. This I'm making with a pen, but the basic drawing that we do is with a 1 number brush and color. And the drawing is actually very small, miniature sort, and very fine. But as I have to show it on the screen, I have to draw a little big. That's a simple coconut tree that they draw. This trunk part is filled totally with color. As in the previous video also I had said, due to time constraint, I'm just drawing or filling it little, not so densely, but to show that it is to be filled with color. This is how a coconut tree would look. Now let's go to another big tree, that is a palm tree. The ground, again a trunk, but this will be a little narrower trunk with a circle on top of it. with some spikes coming out from that circle. Now we draw 5 lines coming out of it, similar to a coconut tree. But the difference over here is at end of it, we again draw a perpendicular small line with some spikes coming out of that line. And the trunk, instead of filling it with color, we draw zigzag lines on the trunk. This, I'm repeating again, has to be done with brush and colors, but we are doing it here with a pen. These are two of the main trees which are seen. Now let us start with some small shrubs or small plants. The ground. A simple plant will be like a stem coming out with some small branches coming out. And a big oval leaf on top of it. Each leaf will have a midrib and some small vents coming out. That's a very simple, basic shrub sort of plant that we have. The central part, that is the main stem part, we fill it totally with color. Then there is another small plant with the base, a main stem, and some more main branches coming out from the main stem. On top of the main stem, you draw a line and a small circle, fill the circle with color. Similarly, down also we draw small stems and small circles, filling them with color totally. The way we fill the color, the more neatly it is filled, more better the drawing will look. Now here I am just filling it little lightly, not solidly. But when you do it, please do it very neatly and nicely. Similarly, on the lower branch. Whenever I see this plant, it takes me back to the childhood days, and it reminds me of something which every child likes, I think. What is it? Lollipop. I call it my lollipop plant. Just fill everything with color. Now let's go to another type of plant, which is a cacti or a cactus plant. It will have a mid stem, then some more stem coming out from that, maybe branching out if required. Similarly, it may branch out the way you want. You can draw. There is no rule or regulations how it has to look. As we all know, a cactus plant has lots of thorns or spikes. So this is how we draw the spikes. This again is a very simple plant. Yet when we draw it with colors, it adds beauty to the entire painting of Varli that we do. It's an entire village scene or any particular event from the village. These are the spikes. I hope you all are finding it very easy to understand and also easy to draw. Now in this, we don't have to fill colors. It is only the lines that we draw. They should be done very neatly. Let us go to another plant. The main plant which we see in rainy season, the grass blades or big plants which show grass blades. For that again, we need a base. Now let us have one main part. Now it will have grass blades coming out from the main stem of that particular plant. The lower ones are generally the bigger ones. Now here you just pay attention. When we draw the double layer of that grass blade, it should overlap the previous line and then come back and join the previous line at its tip. I'll draw one more over here. First line, opposite reverse V, you can say, ulta V. The other one also ulta V, reverse V, but it should cross the previous line, take a turn and come down. This is the longest blade. Let us draw the smaller one. So if you see the previous first blades, those we drew are much bigger, and we are going in a decreasing order of size. This, since I'm doing it with pen, it looks very simple and very easy to do. But when you have to do it with a brush, then you have to be very careful when you're filling color in this particular area. Everything has to be solidly colored, totally filled with colors. Now look, the way this has to be filled, very neatly you have to fill at the point of junction, that is, or at the point of intersection, with we can say, so that it actually looks like a leaf or a grass blade. It should get the effect of a grass blade going up and then falling downwards. One more I will paint. when we do it with brush and colors, at times it looks as if the blade is broken in two parts. So that is the reason at the point of intersection or at the point where two lines are joining each other, you just have to be little careful, have little patience and a part of neatness so that it becomes very neat and it looks very pretty. Got it? One more I will color so that it's like a bit easier to understand. Especially this part I will color more. Excuse me. See the effect, how it looks. When you do with paint, it will look much more beautiful than this. Remaining, you can do as per your time. Let us go for one more. Another small plant with a base. This goes like a snake. Then a double line like a snake at the tip. Now from here, we get another small branches, which again branch out into smaller branches. Now the leaves over here are a bit different and very delicate and very beautiful. They are like drop-shaped leaves. Some of these plants look so beautiful, even if you draw them as a small motif, maybe on your mug or pencil box or diary or a small notepad, laptop cover, even mobile, the reverse side. This has to be filled totally with color. Now these plants, I'm drawing big. Plants are generally drawn a bit bigger than the humans. But it also depends on the size where you're drawing, the place where you're drawing. So it has to be in the proper proportion. Just fill everything with colors and see how it looks. There are many more different types of plants or trees, like a holy tree or a big tree, which also look very beautiful. Now, even the central part, that is the main mid stem, needs to be colored, filled with color. This is another small plant, a very beautiful looking plant. In fact, even on your t-shirts or dupattas or dresses, maybe on the sleeve, small motifs of such particular plant will look very beautiful, which can be made with fabric colors. Now there's one very big tree that I would like to show, and that would be the end of the session after that. First, let me draw the base. Draw the main trunk of that tree. On top of it, one particular leaf. Now this particular tree, if you see the area of that tree, the foliage, that is the branches and the leaves, it feels as if it's gone in a nice circular pattern. So accordingly, we need to draw the branches. The topmost branch will be little smaller. Then the lower one will be a little bigger, which will again bifurcate or divide into more branches. Then one more, and then one small one going down. Similarly on the other side. Now this may further divide into smaller branches. This is a type of tree which looks like a banyan tree, which is totally covered with leaves. Now on these small branches, we again have smaller branches with a leaf on it at the tip. Another small one I'm drawing here so that it becomes little filled with nice branches and leaves. It will give a nice healthy look to the plant or to the tree actually. This tree will take more time to get completed since it's a very big tree, and I'm doing it little fast. That's why maybe the finish won't be that very fine right now. But when you do it at home, at ease, see to it that it is done very neatly. I'm drawing maybe just one side. So that you get an idea as to how it will look after it is completed. This is a tree which looks very beautiful if you have a small plain wall in your house or in your office space. And that wall will get totally covered up with this particular tree. It will actually add beauty to your home decor or office decor. If it's a white or cream color wall, you can anytime use green color. Basically, Varli, the tribals, they don't use any much colors in their drawing. As in the previous lecture or in the previous session, I had told, they use white rice flour powder paste. But we have the multiple options and we can customize the way we want. So if it's a white or cream color wall, you can use dark green, light green, sap green, any shade that you want. Or if it's a darker color wall, you can use white. It will look very beautiful. Okay. It's almost, the half side is almost getting complete now. From the half side itself, you can make out how it will look when you make even the remaining half side. When the entire tree is completed, you can imagine, or more than imagining, best would be you draw and you complete and then you enjoy your drawing. The satisfaction that you will get after doing such sorts of drawing will be just out of the world. Whenever we do something nice, something creative, that happiness can't be compared with anything else in this world. And you yourself would like to keep showing it to your friends, to your family, to your colleagues. Just look at it. Only the half part is done. If you see, this is becoming like a circle. Okay. Now even this part has to be, the main trunk part needs to be totally colored, solid colors. Okay, I'm just scribbling it, but you color it totally. Since we are short of time right now, I'll just scribble it. So after this is filled, the look that the tree will give is much, much, much better. So that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. Do watch the video again. You can practice what is shown here, and I'm sure you will enjoy doing these drawings. So if possible, if you have seen the previous video and that was about human figures, and this particular video about plants and trees, you become your own creative artist, and you just take any plant or any tree and combine it with some human figure, and you can make your own small greeting card. Now, since the festive season is coming, you can do whatever you like with the things that you're learning. Do share with us also in the comment box whatever you're doing. Thank you.